All right, YouTube, we're somewhere in Leyte with Bella's Traveler Farming in the Philippines, and this is his house that he built for something in the neighborhood of 80K American. He's a cowboy from Wyoming, so we got us a cowboy here in Wild West Leyte that built a house here. Very secure, very strong house that can survive the earthquake that they've had here recently without a single crack. So
2.27s actually it's been through already. 2.7s and several 6.4 to 6.8. So yeah, it's a pretty strong house.
Okay. You had a 6.4 to 7 magnitude earthquake.
Yeah, 7's our strongest earthquake. So, but yeah, this is my place. Welcome to my crib. How about that one?
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
We appreciate it. We're trying to get
Western hospitality at its finest here in Wild West Leyte.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fine.
Okay.
The dog shouldn't bother. Yeah, come on in and show the house.
So you've got a Suzuki multi-cab here.
Yeah, that was part of the. Did you say 80K? So
yeah.
80K includes cement mixer, all the tools, the multi-cab, the quad, everything you see was 80. There's a generator out back, you'll see that probably. The back's kind of messy, but we can show that. But yeah, all in about 80K.
All right, so we're back and we got better sound, so we won't miss out on a single word here.
Yep. So what do you want to know?
How long did it take to build the house?
6 months.
And did you have any trouble with the workers? Like anybody scalp you on the cost of the materials?
Yeah, we spent about, as far as skin tax and all that, about 500 extra thousand.
500,000 more than
I should have. The locals would have, yeah.
Okay.
So that's just kind of you're going to get that when you're a foreigner in the Philippines. It's just because they got to feed their families. I don't really hold it against anybody. But that's welcome to the Philippines, bro.
So it comes with the territory, but you still come out way ahead of
you're still way ahead. Yeah, you can show them.
In a tropical climate like this in the U.S., a house of that quality would be probably $1 million.
Close to $1 million, and it's 80 grand. Yeah. So it's all double steel throughout. It's built like a bomb shelter, and it's just a phenomenal build. And we did it with local farmers, and we had like 2 skilled workers and myself. I oversaw it, and it's a fortress. It's a mini castle. That's what everybody calls it. So I'm kind of known as the American on the valley, and we do have 2 farms. Did you say I was Bella's Traveler?
Bella's Traveler Farming in the Philippines.
Yeah.
If we post this, it'll be on the upper right-hand corner, a link.
Yeah, you click on my page, and we're going to be vlogging farms and farm work, and there's just massive labor. So you look at the size of that house. I don't know how many cubic feet of concrete's in that house, but everything was packed up the hill. So every bag of concrete, every bag of sand, and that's 160 feet above sea level. So for tsunamis. So I built the place basically for disaster, because I knew what I was stepping into. I was stepping into earthquakes, typhoons, tsunamis, everything. So that's what and my wife didn't want a house at that standard, but I told my wife, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be comfortable, and I am crippled up to a point. So so it was actually built for wheelchair access, and also so it can be wheelchair accessible, and also built for an elevator in the back for later on. I was expecting to be in a wheelchair, but since then, from the natural healing plants of the Philippines, I've really come out of my shell. So yeah, let's go for a tour.
Excellent.
Okay, go ahead, and I'll just be behind you. They're my wife's.
So I don't know the names of all of these, but Bella's Traveler's wife is a botanist, and she is very talented.
Yeah, she does rares and top rares and online plant sales on Facebook, and we do lots and lots of orchids.
I'm hoping Karen will come out here and make a video with her and absorb some of this knowledge. I know Karen knows a little bit about orchids from Nanai, but not at this level. Very nice rare plants here.
Yeah, pretty nice. So yeah, we got plants throughout. So this is just a bench up to the house. So we benched it for sliding, you know, and she just fills it with plants. So we'll continue on our way up the hill.
So what is your water source here?
We run on a spring, and then I got a holding tank too for reserve. In case the water table goes low, we can store, I don't know how many gallons.
You've got a spring coming down from the mountain.
Yeah.
You've got an electric pump in there, and you've got a holding tank as well.
Yeah, yeah. And then we also have, we'll get up to the top deck and we have recycle. I don't have a tank for that yet, but I will. And yeah, it's set up because my wife was always like, we run out of water all the time. But I've been here 5 years and we've never ran out of water. So I set it up right.
Yeah.
So, okay, you can show. We have a lot of dogs for security. Lots of dogs right now.
They keep people from sneaking around the house.
They do.
Living here in the Philippines, the dogs are invaluable.
Yeah, they are. They're very much secure, and all them dogs are from that one in the laying down there. That's baby girl, and these are all her kids.
Oh, okay.
So she's so we found her with a rope around her neck, and somebody had tied her up to kill her, and she chewed her way out. We had a heck of a time. You still can't touch her, but she's friendly to us, but. Yeah, you still can't touch her. She's never growled at anybody, you know, like to bite them or anything. So they're all friendly, but they just bark, you know.
They noticed that we're new here, and they for sure keep an eye on us.
So you want to go in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's go. So welcome to my crib. It's all open for disasters, mainly for the community.
So how many people can you fit in here during a disaster?
A lot. The last typhoon we had about 28 to 30, and I built it all open. Like right now it's decor, Christmas decor, but we built it all open. So during disasters we can open the doors to the community and they come in here, and we do rice farms, so we always have food, and rice is life here in the Philippines. So yeah, we'll have this floor just covered with locals, and yeah, they're more than welcome, and we feed them, and we have 2 internet sources, so soon to be 3, because I got a Starlink mini, and yeah, so they can play on their phones and their gadgets, and I got generator power, and they're more than welcome. So go ahead and show them around if you wish.
So where did you source your tile? Did you get it from a local?
Yeah, this came from Wilcon in Ormoc City on Leyte Island, and yeah, like I said, some of the work is second rated, but we had to do some of the work actually. They talk about reworks. We had to do some of the work like 4 times. Okay. Because they were just inexperienced. But when you ask a Filipino, yes, they know and they smile. Yeah, I can do that. But in all honesty, no, you have to bird dog your projects. I really bird dogged this one, you know, for the workers. I had some problems with theft and whatnot, but yeah, so you can show that's traditional. That's tradition in the Philippines. That's kind of ceiling.
The vaulted ceiling?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's I think it's 9. It might be 10 foot down here and 9 foot on the second level. So the second level is 1 foot shorter than the first level, and that's stability. But the house itself is rated for 5 stories commercial, and then we upgraded the steel in it. So you can show them that beam, how big that.
Yeah. So you used the heaviest rebar in here.
Yeah, it's all like condo rebar, but you can see how big that beam is.
Yeah.
So that holds the whole center hinge up, and it's all hinged, so when it earthquake or something, it flexes within itself like this. It doesn't go like this, or it actually flexes, and we've yet to get a crack. And like I said, we've had a couple 7s and a lot of 6s, you know, earthquakes, and yeah, it's built very strong. So yeah, and this is the dining room here. So my wife's really, you know, she's almost like commercial decorator. Yeah. So I mean, her work, her decoration, and people may look at this and say, "Oh, this costs a lot of money," but no, she's a bargain hunter, man. This didn't cost a lot of money. She's just very gifted and with her decorating skills. And then this is the kitchen here. I'll turn the light on for you, James. The kitchen here. Now I wanted a big kitchen, and I believe that the kitchen is very important because you spend a lot of your time in the kitchen. So yeah, I wanted a big enough kitchen, and my brother-in-law did all the cabinetry, and I wanted a good sized stove. And my wife eats a lot of Filipino, and I eat a lot of American. So it's not indifferent to, you know, have 2 people in here. So that came from Wilcon, that Boston Bay. That's the Wilcon product. All the, like the refrigerator, Samsung, the split air conditioners are Samsung, the TV. So we got in on a sale in Ormoc on this, and we bought all our appliances, and we saved about $4,200 when we bought them because it was during a Valentine's Day sale through Samsung, and I couldn't be any happier with the, you know, with the Samsung products. They're really, and I don't, you know, this isn't an endorsement or anything, but I'm thoroughly happy with Samsung. Now the humidity is the big thing here. So right now we have a 79% humidity with indoor, or 74% with 79 degrees indoor, and outside is 83%. So that's also, the aircon is, now that one's not on, but it's got air dryer. So we run the air dryers to cut down the humidity. Yeah, mainly for the rice. So, because we're
storing a lot of rice in here.
Yeah, we have a lot of problems with coconut rats running the power lines in. So what we do is we just store the rice in the house.
Okay, that's really wild, but it works because your house is built like a fortress.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if a fortress or a bomb shelter, or a mini castle, whatever. And I really like this piece here, this breakfast bar.
Yeah.
So
convenient.
It's very convenient. And my sister had one, so I had my brother-in-law build me one. And yeah, and then I really like that wine rack. And during festivals, and we always open a bottle of wine with dinner. And usually we have, you know, anywhere from 9 to 16 people here, you know, for like special occasions. And the church comes and blesses the house every year, the Catholic Church from town. So yeah, it's quite the house. So I mean, I couldn't be any happier. And when, you know, if it gets, even on a 7, if we get a heavy shake, I am not worried. I could be, people don't run out of the house, you know, when we have an earthquake. We've been at dinner several times and had several earthquakes, even with company here, and they know they're safe, you know, in our house. So, yeah, I love that. And basically, my mom, I couldn't have done this without my mom. She left me a little bit of money, and I got her blessing before she had passed away. She had cancer, and she blessed me to build over here. So, and my wife didn't want to go to America, so yeah, my mom made all this possible. So, I mean, I could have probably did it in time, but it was really her that made all this possible. So we can, you want to head up, or you want to show them outside?
Sure, it's up to you. Maybe we go.
Okay, we'll end on the roof deck. We're gonna have to get our shoes on here.
Yeah, that roof deck, I really love it. That was ingenious.
Yeah, everything is set up for disasters and open, and for, you know, for the people, the whole, and that you can show them our rice storage there. We just got that rice. We just milled that rice, so I just put a Facebook post. That's our under stairwell garden there. So she'll rotate plants in and out of that, and then this is where we store. So we had 160 bags of rice. It was all the way to the ceiling. So this is about 3 months after harvest. So it takes about 3.5 to 4 months to go through about 80 bags, and we do supply to the barangay, and it saves them money to go to town. Plus we sell for less. So we're just basically, I purchased the farms for other reasons, but the reason we do the rice is because part of them are rice fields. So yeah, so you want to go outside, or you want to go?
Sure,
Okay,
go outside first, yeah.
We'll just go make a quick loop outside. I'll show you the
You've got a nice outdoor area for bathing and people, you know.
well, that was originally the first thing we built for the workers, the outdoor CR. So yeah, you can show them the plants, and like I said, you can show them the vine crawling all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's pretty cool.
now we do have pit vipers and snakes, and the plants are just starting to burn, you can see. So we're just coming into the summer months, so most of this will come down, and then it'll grow back up all the way to the top.
Okay.
Some of the vines will stay, so yeah, it's a yearly thing, you know. But they're just starting to burn some of the plants, so yeah. So this is all the. Now we're going around to the back. So that's I got them like zones. So that's That's rest zone number 1 on the front porch. And then out back here's rest zone number 2. And we better show them rest zone number 3 because I can't go in there because my wife's upstairs sleeping. But the balcony right there is rest number. Now that's the master balcony. It's 10 by 10. It comes off the master bedroom.
So when we see you oftentimes live streaming, you're under the umbrella here.
Yes.
Okay. So that's
Yes.
That's where the Bellis Traveler Farming in the Philippines live stream originates usually.
Usually, yeah, because I don't get around that well, so I perch. That's my perch basically, up there. And half of the upstairs is master bedroom, bathroom, but like I said, my wife's in there, and I can't show you that, unfortunately. Now this is rest zone number, I think 2 or 3, but this is a back garden, so this is all poly, and then we got the plants, and we got some new puppies. You can show them the puppies there, right there. Now we got some new puppies. So they'll all be going away. We got to give all them away. And then the generator, and that's actually the water tower, the bottom of the water tower.
Okay, this one?
Yeah, now you can open that if you want. The lights, I think the lights burn out, but we can.
How many liter tank you got up there?
Oh, good Lord, I don't know, but it's big.
1,000 liters?
Yeah, at least we'll show it. So yeah, that's the Powerhouse.
Okay.
So your main breakers in here for all electrical in the house. Then above at the second floor is the pump, or that's the AC, your AC running upstairs.
So do you have your pump upstairs, up on the second level?
Yeah, we'll show you when I'll explain the recycle system for the water, for the rainwater. But yeah, and a lot of construction work happens back here too. But I'm gonna within the next 2 months, I'm feeling well enough I can start my fitness again. So I'm going to, this area is going to be blocked off for my rack and my fitness stuff. So this will be fitness in here, and then we'll have this, but the dogs won't be allowed anymore. But yeah, I call her my baby girl. And this is another recycle system that I started that I'll finish this year. But it comes off of this roof, and then it goes down into that, and then it'll be piped to here. And that's basically for the plants, rainwater for the plants. So, yeah, and then here's the first building we built, this tiny little, I don't know if I think everything's 10 by 10, but it's an outdoor wash house CR. You can show them in there.
It's very convenient. Yeah, it's nice.
And the reason we did this is the downstairs bathroom. So you go into a lot of these traditional Filipino houses, and they had originally engineered a bathroom downstairs, a tiny little bathroom. And you go into these bathrooms, and they're little tiny in the living room. I mean, you're basically going to the bathroom in the living room. So it's like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to put ours right out the back door. So that was the reasoning. Yeah, and then we have a Samsung, again, purchased on the Valentine's Day sale in Ormoc. So that was part of the package of the Samsung. And it has a shower and a spigot and a sink and a toilet. And yeah, this is kind of our laundry, outdoor CR we call it. But it's more of a wash house. And I can have hot water in there too. I just don't have it in there now. So that, and then this here's tiny tool shed. So I'd originally built this for the dogs, but they chewed right through the wire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're pretty, yeah, and this is some construction for the farm going on here, and this is tiny tool shed here.
So this is where you were living before?
Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
This was the first building was the outdoor CR for the workers, and then the second building you're looking at now is the tiny tool shed. But the wife and I lived here. Why?
That's a brilliant plan for guys that are wanting to move to the Philippines. You could start small and then build as you go.
Yeah, you can see how big the house is from here. It's like 8 or 9 of these little tiny houses.
And it's like having three floors because you're using the roof constantly.
Yeah, and that's
shade up there.
Yeah, and that's built for 5 stories. So you got to realize there's only 2 there. But I didn't want to go, and like I said, it's 10-foot ceilings in the first deck. It's only 9. I cut down a foot in the second for stability again. So everything's built to last. And I actually have a Filipino friend. He says, "Bellis, that thing's going to last longer in the Philippines." And I said, you might be right if you maintain it, if it stays maintained. Because you have to seal. The moisture here is ungodly. And this is kind of messy, but it's all good. I mean, everybody that has a little shop knows they're going to have a messy. So this is my tiny tool shed.
Nice.
And yeah, now the shelving wasn't here. We just had a bed and I built a high bed so we could store stuff underneath it. And yeah, so I got all my tools. So the workers come here and they'll grab their grass cutters or whatever, you know. And then out back there's just a mess. I wouldn't even go back there. That's just a chicken area. There's some chickens, but yeah, so the workers will come here and grab and some of this stuff. Now, when I say 80,000, you know, that included that table saw.
Okay.
So everything in here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything was part of that 80,000.
Okay.
So you're seeing a package, you know, a package deal. And I did come in a little bit earlier than you, so I saved a little bit.
It was cheaper. Get the lower
Cheaper,
inflation.
lower inflation, yeah. Except, you know, I did get cheated. I figured roughly out of $500,000 pesos, but still, and people were, even my wife was stressed about that. But you know, to America, that's nothing. To America on a construction project like this. This is in 6 months. The biggest deal about building this house was concrete cure time, because them floors had to cure for 28 to 30 days. Okay. So we had to. Yeah, we would have little setbacks for cure time. So here I have 45 farmers wanting to work, and we had, you know, we had to do other projects. So yeah, so we'll take a walk up to the second floor.
All right. Well, go.
All right, we're gonna head upstairs. And one thing about it, when you build these houses, you'll want to put lots and lots of lights and lots of outlets.
It's easy on the end.
So easy on outlets, and you don't have no problem plugging stuff in. So I don't really need these sticks all the time, but I have balance issues, so I do fall down. So I fell down a few escalators in Cebu. So yeah, this was a very cool idea that I came up with, and we did some on the breakfast bar, and I loved it so much. I said, why don't you just do that for the railing? You know, and you can see there's no handrails here. Yep. So, and I did make, these are not Filipino stairs. These are actually how we did that was I put my foot down and we built the stairs to my foot, so I'd have plenty of step. Okay, so this is my Americana room here. I call it the landing, and this is like my mother, my sweet mom here, and then her dad.
Horse?
So it's my mom on the horse, yeah.
Nice horse.
One of the farms in Wyoming, and then my grandfather on her side. So yeah, and he has an immaculate place too. But yeah, this is, and I don't know if you want to go. And then this is the guest CR, which is very small. So this is what you would get downstairs. So, and it's like, I don't know, but let me see. I don't know, but anyway, see how small that is? So that's a typical.
Well, it works.
It works, but very small, very small. And I don't like that. Now that side of the house, which we can't go in, but that side of the house is a master balcony, master bedroom, and all that's master bedroom, bathroom. And then,
huge closet,
and right here, yeah, is a master closet. So it's set up for me to be disabled. So I didn't think I would leave this area much, which I don't. Sometimes I don't come down till like 1 o'clock. You know, my wife said, sweetie, she'll bring me coffee and breakfast. And this is, I don't know if you want to go in there.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is the guest room. This is where James
We're staying.
Ayo, James and Karen are staying. And the AC is just a little bit noisy, so sorry about that. But we're going to put a split air in here next month. Okay. So we'll have a Samsung split air.
Yeah, you only need a little one in here. This is a small room.
Yeah. So this is actually a 10 by 10 room, but this 1/3 of it's closet, master closet.
Oh yeah, your master closet.
Butts up against the room. So, but we did this for a reason. Now we built only a 2-room house. You look at the house like, you're like, wow, that's got a lot of rooms. It doesn't. It only has 2 rooms, but that was so we have limited family, because it's kind of traditional that the whole family will move in with you. So Caroline, she's private, you know, so yeah, you can. Sorry about that noisy air conditioning. It's nice and cool in there though, isn't it?
It's really cool.
Even with that's 7 years old, that air conditioner. So now I'm going to leave these sticks down here because I need my hands. Now this is a beam. You can show them this staircase. This is a beam stair I made out of 2 roof purlins. So I just took 2 roof purlins and welded them together, and then used angle iron. So it's a beam stair and it's bolted to the floor down here with 4 bolts, anchors, and it's anchored with 4 bolts up top to that beam. Yeah, it's very strong. Now I do need to put a rail on it, and I shouldn't be even crawling up and down these, but it's all good. So here we are in the karaoke bar. So my wife loves to come up here and sing karaoke, so you know, but it's a hangout. Whoa, be careful. It's a hangout spot. This is the 4th rest zone, and we call this the roof deck. So and you can see how much moisture the algae growing on the cap. And I used to have a hinge cap, but my brother-in-law changed it when I was in Cebu, so I'll end up changing it back to a hydraulic hinge cap, but he said it was too hard to open. So yeah, you can see the show him this, James. So we'll look. If you look down here, James, look down here. This is the drain system. So it's the roof's all troughed, so all the water runs to the edges. And show them out here. And then it's piped to there, and then from there it goes to the end to a bigger pipe. And then the neighbor kids. And then it goes to, it's going to be a tank down there. Right now it just goes in. Now here's a kind of an ingenious idea. Build your drainage ditch on top of your wall. So that's a drainage ditch, and it goes all the way to the end of the property. On top of the wall.
All right, so you get a concrete gutter on top of your wall.
Yeah, concrete. And there's
down there. Cool.
And there's our tank right there. And my wife's got Christmas lights everywhere.
So you thought of all these features?
Yeah, see, what I did is, when you move, I mean, it would be no different than moving to, you know, Iraq, or even a third world country, or, you know, or Bermuda, or someplace that has massive weather and dangers and everything else. I mean, even in a war, this would be perfect. I mean, you could be up here. I mean, I have IR, you know, on the property, some IR, and yeah, you can show them that. But mainly, now it gets super hot up here during the hot months, so that's one of the reasons. And we'll have a new net probably in another week, so this will all be replaced. This is old, but yeah. So yeah, one typhoon will just shred that net. So now a lot of these are tropical, but a lot of them are not, like bougainvillea and succulents. So, and actually this tree limb's got to come down. This is what we were talking about. So that's a jungle right there. I mean, there's pit vipers, there's cobra, there's everything right there. So the pit vipers will climb up that tree, and they'll get over here, and then they'll come onto the roof deck. So we'll have to trim that limb off there. So I try to keep it well trimmed. But yeah, this is the chill zone, and I love it, man. You come up here and you come all the way on this is the west side of the house. And the ocean's right there, and the sun sets right there, you know. And I was told I could, by that coconut tree right there in the middle, I could see the ocean without that coconut tree, but I didn't. It's like we're so much alike, my wife and myself, that it's like we actually frown on harvesting the trees because the land's it's so much moisture, it just slides here. So yeah, so this is the roof deck, and then out here on the edge is you can show them the bougainvillea out here. So we do some grafting of different colors of bougainvillea. There's one that's purple and white. Now these are they're changing, so they'll lose these blooms and then they'll rebloom. But yeah, that's a purple and white and red bougainvillea tree, and the one on the edge is pink and red. And then there's a white one and a pink one, and so they're all multicolored. And you can show them the top. See, that's grafted. That's all grafted on there. So yeah, you can graft different colors on your tree, and then it becomes a massive tree. This is bamboo. Yeah, there's different plants of palm. It's kind of messy up here. Usually it's a lot cleaner. You'll have to excuse me for that, but we got so much stuff going on at the farm, and we will be vlogging that too, James. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy next 3 days. Busy. But yeah, that's my house.
All right, well, I think we got a wrap on that. I want to thank you so much. And Bella's Traveler Farming in the Philippines. We're going to put a link at the beginning of this video. We're going to put a link at the end of this video. I'd appreciate it if everybody would go over there and subscribe to Bella's Traveler Farming in the Philippines. And we'll keep you all up to date. And going to be making many collaborations with Bella's Traveler Farming in the Philippines, guys. So please go over there and subscribe to his channel. And I want to thank you very much for your hospitality.
Well, yeah, thanks
your
for coming.
Western hospitality
Thank you
towards
very
me and
much.
Karen.
Yeah,
He's an
no
awesome
problem.
guy off camera. Real American patriot. He does the flag proud, guys.
Yep.